him all the requirements, and he promised to return the next day to make payments.
Era yabuuza ebyali byetaagisa okuwandiisa omwana. Phoebe n'abimugamba, n'agamba nti agenda kukomawo enkeera okusasula.
On the next day, which is the date of the incident, the 2nd of April 2026, the accused person returned to the gate of the center.
Nga 2 Ogwokuna 2026 bino byatuukako ku olwo omuwawaabirwa yakomawo ku geeti y'essomero eryo.
And when Phoebe saw him, she went to him and he told her that he had come to make payments so that his child could be enrolled at the center.
Phoebe bwe yamulaba n'agenda ku geeti. Bwe yatuukawo omuwawaabirwa n'amugamba nti yali aze okusasulira omwana atandike.
Phoebe then took him and introduced him to Miss Annette, PW7, and they also engaged in a deep conversation regarding the child.
Phoebe yamutwala n'amwanjulira Annette, era bwe yatuukayo era ne basigala ne boogera byali bikwata ku mwana oyo.
The detail of the conversation is in the judgment, but it shows a coherent person who was in control of his actions and his speech and did not present any odd behavior to Miss Phoebe and Miss Annette.
Bwe baayogerako ebisinga babiwandiise mu nsala y'omusango, naye nti bwe baayogera wamu yali yeeyisa bulungi ate nga bye yali ayogera byali bikwatagana bwe yali ayogera ne Annette ne Phoebe.
And when he asked for the requirements, and he was told 120 for daycare fees, 60 for uniform, and 10,000 for registration, he mentally calculated that before Miss Annette could use a calculator.
Era bwe bamugamba ebyali byetaagisa nga bamugamba 12,000 za daycare, 6,000 egya uniformu, omutwalo gwa kuwandiisa mwana, yabibalirawo mu mutwe gwe n'abagamba nti gyali 19,000.
It is shortly after that interaction, a very normal, coherent interaction, that when he moved out, he launched this brutal and fatal attack on the defenseless, innocent children.
Baali baakamala okwogera bulungi n'abakyala abo, n'amala n'afuluma n'atuuka mu baana n'atandika okubakirimbula.
It is the finding of this court that at the time of the attack, suffer from any disease of the mind. He was in full control of his actions.
Era kooti esanze nti akaseera ako we yattira abaana abo yali amanyi kye yali akola.
And Miss Phoebe, the PW6, testified that this event, the act of slaughtering these children, took about 7 minutes, and I can believe her because looking at the time when he sent the money on Miss Annette's phone to the time when he made a phone call, an emergency helpline of police, is a very short time. It is actually 14 minutes. So it is not possible that at the time of cutting the children is when he lost his control due to any disease of mind.
N'agamba nti Phoebe yagamba nti ebintu byonna bino byatwala eddakiika nga 7 ate kooti emukkiriza kubanga etunuulidde mu kaseera ke yasindikiramu essente ku ssimu ya Annette ne kaseera kwe yakubira poliisi kyatwala eddakiika 14 era kooti egamba nti tayinza okuba nga we yakoma okutegeera okugamba nti abaana bano yabasala nga tategeera.
Of course, I have taken note of the arguments for counsel for the accused person, that the center management was criminally negligent because they had no guard at the gate and they left the children unattended to, which led to their death. But I find this argument quite insensitive because the children were in their familiar space and it was never expected that someone would enter the center premises disguising himself as a potential parent, only to do what the accused did to the innocent children.
Lawyer w'omuwabirwa yagamba nti essomero lyali gagajjavu olw'ensonga nti bali tebalina mukuumi nga baana tebalina muntu yali nabo, naye bagamba nti abaana bali bamanyidde ekifo kino ate bali tebasuubira nti omuntu ayinza okujja ng'omuzadde ate n'akosa abaana.
Besides, during this fatal attack on the innocent children, PW6 and PW7, that's Miss Phoebe and Miss Annette, they testify that when they saw him cutting the children and came to intervene, he threatened to cut them as well. And then, when he saw himself in danger of the crowd that was angry, he had the mental ability now to call police for rescue.
Nti okujjako ekyo omujulizi w'omukaaga Phoebe ne Annette omujulizi w'omusanvu bwe bamulaba ng'asala abaana bamulaba ng'asala abaana ne bagezaako okutaasa abaana era n'ayagala nabo okubatiisatiisa nti agenda kubasala, nti ate bwe yalaba nti abantu abaali bazze bali bagenda mutuusaako obulabe ate n'afuna amagezi agakubira poliisi.
I also take note of his preliminary interview with ASP Ssente James, where he informed the witness that he was staying in Chanja and that he had bought knives and he had the mental ability to take the search team to his home, moreover rented premises where he had been for less than 2 weeks, but he could locate that home. And indeed, during the search, the knives were found, new knives, and they were admitted as exhibits.
Era nga bakamukwata yayogerako n'omupoliisi gwe bayita Ssente James n'amugambirawo nti yali abeera akyanja era n'amugamba nti yali aguze obwambe era ye kennyini n'atwalayo abaali banoonyereza omusango n'abatuusayo wadde yali akabeerayo weeks 2 bwe baamala okwaza ennyumba era ne basangayo bwambe nga bupya.
I have also found it necessary to, in this judgment, examine the lifestyle and or actions of the accused person before this offense to establish whether he was mentally functional or not. And I looked at the bank accounts. The accused person had 3 bank accounts, $2 accounts, and 1 shillings account, Uganda shillings account. And I have analyzed the bank account statements, and I find that he was transacting normally on these accounts.
Era okiibo omulamuzi alabye eneeyisa y'omuwaabirwa nga bino tebinabeerawo n'asanga nga yali alina akawunti mu bank, yali na akawunti 3 mu banka nga akawunti 2 zaali za $, ne akawunti emu ng'ateekako shillings za Uganda, n'alaba nti yali akwasaganya banka zino ng'omuntu wa bulijjo.
Is able to transact from wallet to account, from account to wallet, is buying, is paying, withdrawing money for paying rent. They actually also withdrew money for hiring farmland. Withdrawing money for paying rent. They actually also withdrew money for hiring farmland. And during the search, there was an agreement for a lease, a hire of land in Noya for farming. This accused person, who wants this court to believe that he was mentally ill, is making investment decisions.
Nti ku banka ezo yazze ennyumba ye baasangayo endagaano y'okupangisa ettaka mu Nnoya era nga y'omuntu omu agamba nti kkooti ekkirize nti yali tategeera bulungi so ng'ate yali asiga nsimbi.
The prosecution also provided evidence